I'm Seoah A. This is my annotated by the author presentation. I chose my essay name game because it was the most genuine of my essays. It talks about my insecurities as a child, and it also deals with deeper topics such as cultural differences. It's just the most personal of my essays. Some words that I think are important to my essay are one, the word strange, because it really emphasizes the feeling of alienation I felt when I first moved here. The phrase foreign English names I thought was also important because it's an unusual combination. You usually don't, in America, you wouldn't say that English is foreign, but to me at the time it was. The phrase troubled little girl, the prompt for this essay was to write about a little kid moment. And I think the phrase troubled little girl relates really well, ties in really well with the idea of a little kid moment. And the word home, I use this word to avoid mentioning like South Korea, like the actual country name, because I didn't want to be too cliche and be like have the story be entirely focused on like the immigration from South Korea to America. And sentences in my essay is it seemed awfully casual to refer to a teacher using their first name because this sentence emphasizes the cultural difference I felt. Everybody here like knows that you don't actually refer to a teacher using their first name. It's actually their last names that they're using. But me being new to American culture, didn't know that. Even the few kids who I knew came from home, all had English names they went by. This sentence emphasizes the feeling of alienation I felt even between the people of my own community, between people who were from South Korea, the same as me. I still felt like the outlier in the situation. A writer's move that I used was repetition with the sentence, "A name is a crucial part of one's identity." It's in the first paragraph and it's also in the last paragraph. I think it works well to like tie the whole essay together so that the story kind of cycles back to the beginning. Some of the strengths in my essay are one, its relatability. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only little kid that hated their name when they were younger, nor was I probably the only kid that struggled with their name because of how different it was to the other kids' names. I also think that my essay has an interesting storyline about the transition from childish wonder to like a little bit of like hate, I guess, and then to back to like mature realizations. Um, One weakness that I would say my essay has is the fact that it could come off as cliche since immigration stories are very common. But I try to counteract this by focusing on a very specific part of my experience, like my feelings about my name. As a writer, I think this essay shows off my ability to storytell in a way that's not too dry or boring. The essay is not like a straight up sequence of events told in a matter of fact manner, but it has a lot of like emotion and like self reflecting thoughts mixed into it. As a person, I think this essay shows the personal growth I went through as I learned to like appreciate more my name and my background, but like the meanings behind it. In this unit, I grew as a writer by learning to take a step out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone usually is writing research papers, analysis papers, or like lab reports. So I was pretty daunted with the idea of writing a personal narrative at first, but I made it till the end, so I'm pretty proud of that. And also, I'm proud of adding like dialogue to my essay because before I felt that adding dialogue would make the essay seem like too cheesy or too childish. But I used it this time to describe the conversation I had with my classmate, and I think it works well with the overall mood of the essay. So I'm happy that I included. The thing that I'm most proud of with this essay is how I was able to make the essay flow pretty smoothly. There were no abrupt transitions between the paragraphs, and each of the paragraphs connected well with each other. Well, that's what I think, at least. Also, I was proud of the work I did with repetition because I thought it helped the essay get back to the main point after the long narrative.